Hey, everybody, it's Miriam here at Paperwheelz. I hope you're having a lovely Monday morning. I'm in my craft room on the 94th day of the 100-day project or challenge, and I have old phone book pages. They are from 1982, and these were published publicly, so I'm not worried about them, exposing anybody's phone number. And besides, 82 was a lot of years ago, if anybody wants to do the math for me. I am just simply going to try to make some things with these pages. I also have some of my yellow pages from the phone book. The yellow pages, interestingly enough, are not that far off in color. Then these were white originally when they put this book out. I tried some stenciling on them, but I don't like how it's turning out over top of the lettering. So my next thought was, let's make some ephemera pieces with it, because it's very light, and it would do well to make some ephemera pieces. If I were going to do something that would get a lot of wear, I would probably put a couple pages together. I'm not for today. But I'll see how they do in time, and I have the whole, besides these pages, I have the rest of the whole phone book, and it's from my hometown, so it's not a large one, but it has a lot of pages. I can't imagine if it were from Philadelphia or something, it would have so many more. Alright, so now I folded this. I was playing around with it before I started filming here. And I'm just simply going to put glue down. I'm going to put some glue here and then up this way on both sides. Go get that glue flowing. You know how that goes. If glue's not working, then you might as well grab another glue, right? You never quit just because your glue doesn't work. You make it work. Or grab another glue, or figure out how to make it with whatever supply you don't have. That's the whole fun about making junk journals, isn't it? You make them out of whatever you want, and if you don't have a supply that would look cool, you find your replacement supply. You just go around your house till you find your replacement. And to me, this phone book is just infinite ephemera. I've been straightening up some things in my craft room, so I'm running into things that I forgot that I had. And this just happened to be one of them. Okay, so now we have this lovely envelope that just simply needs some simple decoration. I'll make sure all my folds are good. Just need some simple decoration, and it's ready for a journal. As is. Just fold that top down there, right across there, and there you have it. A phone book envelope, which looks really cool for a background. Decorate this baby up, and it will be absolutely lovely. So I'm going to put that off to the side. You could also use these for journal pages. If you don't mind them being folded in half, you can simply fold them in half and put them in a large journal. Or if you have smaller journals, they tear very easily. You could just simply tear them in half, and that folds a little off. Very easy to straighten up with these pages because they're so a lot thinner and flimsy, but they do tear easily. So let's just tear one in half here, and I will have it for a little journal that I'll be making later this week. Actually, tomorrow. We'll make a little folio tomorrow, so be sure you tuned into that. I have some really cool little folio, a piece that I'm going to make the folio with. And my paper's not cooperating, so I'm simply going to come back in here and I'm just going to put it back together here. And you can use, the good thing about this is you can use these words to kind of guide your, it's just like the book pages, you can use it to kind of guide your cutting. And I'm going to go ahead and cut across here like this. Hopefully, if I brought my paper cutter, we wouldn't have anything to worry about, but I didn't, as usual, and you know me, I like to just cut it. So hopefully that one didn't tear very well for us. Probably because it's getting more fragile as time goes on. And maybe some will tear good and others won't. Especially since I'm recording on a video. It's not going to tear out perfect at all. Now we got two smaller pieces here. So we could even take one of these and bring the points down here to where they meet. Okay. There we go. And you know what? The folio we're going to make tomorrow, I have a few papers laid out, but all the ephemera is going to come from phone book pages, I've decided. So, we'll definitely have to do a couple little smaller envelopes than the one we just did. And I think I'll just make all the ephemera out of the phone book pages. And it would be like a phone book journal, which would be really cool. I may even somewhere, if I can find them between now and tomorrow, I have some old telephone type images, which might be really cool to add to this if I were making a large journal, though it might be too much for just a little folio or a very small journal, but let's just see what we come up with. And I'm just folding this down and gluing them down. That way they'll stay that way and it'll give my piece a little more stability. And then if you wanted to use this for writing space, you could come along then and put a piece of book page, blank book page, or just anything on here that could be used to, when you pull it down, to write on. I'm not going to put anything right there right now. I'm just simply going to fold this part up evenly and fold this part down. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to fold this part down. And now there's a little flip down piece for a journal. You can hide some writing in there if you want to. So we got a couple envelopes now. So let's fold a few pockets here. All right, we've got this page. So let's try. How was that? Did that fold? Oh, like this. So I'm going to fold this up to where I have about this piece, and this piece is about an inch. That's where I want it to go. If it will cooperate with me. I don't think I'm going to get an inch, so we're going to settle for that. That's even. I'm not going to fight my papers here. All right. Turn this over. And I did that because I got a little bit of a tear here, and the back of this can be glued down in your journal. So actually, if I do that, then do I lose out on a pocket that way? No, I don't. I don't at all. I'm just going to leave that like it is. And I'm going to take this piece and fold it in here. and make it even at the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, about the same distance. And I'm using these 2 points here to kind of help me to make it fairly even. So I made this width and this width approximately the same. All right. I need to bring this side in a little bit more though, so it'll lock closed. So let's bring that one in some, and we're going to go ahead and bring this one in some too. Paper is very forgiving. If you fold it in the wrong place, as long as you don't really burnish it down, it'll unfold easily too. Okay, so we got this. Then we're just going to interlock these two. And when we put it in a journal, we can glue the bottom, and we have a lovely pocket. I've done these on film before. So we got a nice, lovely little folded pocket here. Okay. That's cute. Let's see what else we can come up with here. I'm going to fold this in half again. Hopefully, you know what, instead of using the white haha pages, there's a couple back here that I printed on. So we'll grab one of those. It was a neutral page, so that's about what you can see on it. So let's fold this down where we want it. And it's a little, on this side, it's a little crooked, so I'm just going to see how best to do this. Ahaha. Let's do it this way because I know these two edges are straight, and then I can even up the bottom edges without any problem at all. Once I know what size I need for my square. Here we go. You know, yeah, let's do this. I don't know what I'm thinking here, folks. So I'm going to just cut across here. I said I was going to make an envelope, but I have an idea for a different pocket that I've made before, so I think we'll just go ahead and fold it into that. And I'm just going to try to straighten up this edge here. Of course, I don't have the best scissors in the world in my hand. These are not the brand name. They're ones I got from Temu, and I didn't get them that long ago. So they are, well, let's just say, I think I'll tear this. Let's just fold this part up here. And I got that little bit extra off of there where it wasn't very even. Let's fold this back on itself again. I don't trust myself, and I'm not going to rip it crooked, but I suppose to do, I got plenty of papers. I'm not worried. I don't know why I'm worried about one sheet of phone numbers, but it must be the obsessive compulsive personality coming out. I don't have it. I just say I do because I obsess about everything. I certainly don't mean anything negative towards anyone who has it. I have an understanding of what you probably go through, but maybe not to the extreme that some people are. That's one thing I myself am trying to let go of, those tendencies, because they don't work very well if you're making junk journals, unless you want to make perfect little scrapbooks, And that's just not my style. Some people like that and like to use all digitals. I prefer to make things on my own. So now we have this lovely square, and this one's fairly simple. I'm just going to bring this side in like this, and then I'm going to bring the other side in here. Ooh, look, that laboratories. We'll have to put that on the outside. The other choice would be ABCs. Let's see, I want to bring these both in the same, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of put it where I think, and then I'm going to use my other fold to just mark where I want it to fold, maybe? Think it'll work? Let's just do that. Okay, then we're going to fold this in right here, and fold this one back the way it was. Okay, now can't go too far or we lose that. Would you look at that? That's horribly crooked. Oh, it's not crooked. Miriam, let's trim it. I see the problem. It's where it quit printing, so let's just cut that bit off of this side. I don't think it'll affect this particular pocket any. We're saying it's going to be a little lopsided, but hey, I like lopsided. It fits me perfectly. Okay. Yeah, I can pull this one back just a hair. There we go. Yeah. So now we have this. And we have a pocket here and a pocket here once we glue the bottom. Or we can fasten these inside each other for now and glue them down when we put them into a journal. And up here at the top, when I make these, I like to take this piece and fold it down here. And you have, and you glue it down here. If you glue it down, then you have a pocket here, here, here. So let's glue at least this part down. I'm going to open it back up to do that. And I'm just going to put glue stick on this little flap here. Hopefully this isn't too wide for the little journal, and if it is, it'll go in there sideways. So we're going to put this piece down. Don't sweat it. That's what I always say. It all comes out in the wash. So if you mess something up, don't sweat it. Find a way to fix it and cover up your mistake. That's what's the beauty of using stickers and things. They can cover all your mistakes. So now we have this piece, which is nice. I'm not making tags for this journal, maybe just some pockets and pages. So let's see, one more kind of foldy type pocket. I've not tried this one, but I've seen it done online, so let me see what... oh, looky there. There's the Greenbrier Home Center. Interesting. Obviously, at that age, graduating from high school, I wasn't really thinking about what I wanted in my home. I was still living with my parents at that time. Alright, so I'm going to take this piece, fold it down like this, and this might be a little large for what we want, so we might have to, you know, scale it down a bit when we're done here. Okay, so let's see, we've got this, and I'm going to, how do I want to do this? I'm going to fold, I don't know, y'all. I'm going to, so I don't end up with this all over the place, I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down here just to kind of hold it packed in place and get my crease in here good. Okay. And then I want to take this bit and I'm going to just hold it down like this because I don't want it to be quite so tall. This is going to be the back side of the paper. I don't want it to be quite so tall. So we'll fold this over and I'm going to glue this bit down to this. And then we'll turn it into a pocket. This is the end of this glue stick, I believe. I have others within reach, so not a big deal. Let's see what I can get off this glue stick before I throw it out. I think I'll go get anything else off there. So I'm just going to fold that part over. And that corner was already a little worn there, so all I'm going to do is just press it down. Try to make it even. And press in my fold. And we'll turn it up like this. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to take advantage of this line right here. Actually, I don't really need to. I'm going to fold it to right there. Just over to where this point meets that point. So then I'm going to fold this part over. I keep getting it all mixed up here. Fold this part over. And then this is going to come over like this. Hopefully you're following along here. If not, rewind. Because I'm kind of going on the, just working on the fly here. So we will have a pocket up here and a pocket here. Fold this on around the back. Okay. And I need another glue stick. Let's just use my white glue for the rest of this project. Or video, I should say, because it's multiple little pieces of things. Let's give it some glue here. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to fold this piece over. And it would go down in, there's probably a lot of excess tucks there that it didn't need. But it will go down in the journal, and then there is a pocket here once the bottom's glued, and there's a pocket here. So I'm just simply going to glue up my bottoms here. Oh, get off there. This stuff, paper working with it reminds me of newsprint, of course. I got several layers here, so I'm just putting glue on the bottom of every one of the layers to just kind of hold everything together. Gives it a little more stability here on the bottom. Alrighty, so there we go. Another pocket. And do we want to do one more of something here? We're going to do a side tuck. So we'll fold this piece in half long ways. as straight as I possibly can. Okay. And when you work with this, look at my finger. It is just like newsprint because that ink's rubbing right off on my fingers. So be careful if you're using this, if you pick up white paper afterwards. So I'm just going to make like a side tuck here. And there we go. And I really don't care that, do I want it this way? So that the writing won't be, yeah, let's do it this way. Then my writing's not upside down. All right. I'm going to take this first one and just fold it back. That way. And then I'm going to give it a little fold. I saw someone do this type folding online, and it just looked pretty awesome. So I thought, I gotta try that. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right like that. I don't want it to be above this fold, so let's bring it down to there. Okay. I have that, which I think looks super cool. And then I have a tuck here. And you know what? I'm going to tear the bottom off this, and we're just going to make it a 2-layer, and I'll use this bottom to make something else with. All right, so let me get this torn off of here. And we'll use it for, oh, well, wait, what do we do here? I think we got, this is the original fold line up here. That, I think, isn't it? No, this is right, because I'm going to fold that back. So I'm just going to tear these 2 pieces here. You could use your ruler if you're afraid you won't tear straight. Okay. It's going to be glued over, so it won't really matter. So we're going to glue this part over. And that will close off the bottom. Okay. Spread that glue out with the side of my bottle, didn't I? Okay, and I'm just going to run a bead of glue down through here. I probably should have done this before I folded the other over. But like I said, I'm just kind of running with this. I think I saw this one. I think, no guarantees, I believe I saw it on the Traveling Crafter. The idea where you fold over the edges of your tucks, and it just gave it a more of a finished look, because you could put a little gem or a little brad there, or even a little pearl just right on that place. I don't know if my glue's stopping up on me again or what's happening here. Where did my straight pen go? And I'll get it unplugged. So be sure you stay tuned tomorrow. And when we make a little folio and use up these ephemera pieces in it. And like I said, I'm not going to use any tags for this. It's just simply going to be pockets. Pockets and some extra places to write. That's clogging in. Extra places to write. Here we go. There we go. All right. So just glue this part down here. And then we have this folded pocket, which I'm going to put a little bit of glue back here. Maybe. I know I have a clot in this, and it's just not going to come out. I just keep pushing it back in there and squeezing it back down in the spout. I think. Maybe not. All right, should come out better now. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm just gonna put some dots of glue here because I just want to tack it down. And I probably am going to come back and put something, kind of a little thing on the front here where it's folded over. Like I said, a gem, a brad, or something. So you'll give it another little 3 dots of glue here. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to give this a little bit. I'm going to give it a little more glue because it's on the outside of the little thing. There we go. So now we have that, which I think looks really cool. And we can either, do we want to fold this back? Or do we want to give it a little, no, I don't think so. I think we're just going to fold this back and there'll be 2 tuck spots here. Or do we want to glue the whole thing down? I don't want this to interfere with my spot. No, I think we'll be okay. We'll just fold this back. Where do we want it? About right. About right there. I'm just going to fold that like that. And then we have a lovely, pretty side tuck. Glue this part down, and that will be it. Okay. Where is that fold? Right there. There we go. It's not straight. I'm trying to put a straight fold in it, and it wasn't there. All right. So we got that little pocket. And do we want to do another? Thinking off the top of my head here about paper folds. Aha. I'm gonna double this page up for this one, however. So let's see if I could reach my other glue sticks here. Just dropped my punches on the floor, but that's okay. I'll get it put up done. Obviously, reaching back there is not a good thing to do. So I'm just going to fold this paper in half to give it a little more stability. And I'm going to glue it together. Okay. Let me glue them together here. These are fairly easy to glue together, so well, we're going to finish up this glue stick too. Gracious sakes, Miriam, you're using up all your little glue sticks, I guess. I guess that's a good thing, because I wanted to use up these school glue sticks anyway. All right, and it's supposed to turn purple, but it's not doing it today because there's not much left. Make sure I get my edges good. The rest of it will kind of work if the edges are glued good. Clear over to the edge. And it keeps running away from that edge. There we go. And let me make sure this edge is good. All right. So there we go. Okay. Now, I want to make this into a square. So what is this is the outside edge, so it's probably the straightest. So let's bring this over here, just so we can figure out where a square is. Okay. And I'm going to cut this section off here so that I have a square. I don't think my fold looked too straight. I'll straighten my fold up here. There we go. This one's a little different. I saw Tony making these on her channel not that long ago. And you start with a square piece of paper. You can use your scoreboard, but this is so thin, don't really need to do that. So, get rid of that fold there. And I'm going to fold up about that far. And I'm going to fold it across. Okay. And then I'm going to fold up about the same amount this way. That's not going to work. I got to fold up 2 inches. Sorry, we're going to fold up more. Fold up to about right here. Try this. Okay. And then I need something I can use to measure with here. Let's just use this piece of paper here. I want to mark the size of this fold over. I'm just marking it with this other piece of paper so I know the width. Alright, so I got that folded there. Now I'm going to fold this up, and I want it to be the same width as this. I probably lost you already, but peg it there. It will make sense momentarily. Okay. Now we have this, and the folds that are most important to me are, I'm going to really burnish them down now so they'll be much easier for you to see. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to come in here and cut on this line down to the point of the 2 folds right there. Then I'm going to come out here And I'm going to cut down this line. I can even it up later if I need to. Okay. Oh, definitely need to even that up. It was very, very crooked. So let's use the paper to our advantage here and just even this up a bit. Okay. Now, we have this. So I'm going to put this on this side. We'll fold this up and fold it back this way. And now I have I'm going to glue this up for a pocket, and there will be a pocket here and a pocket here, and depending on how you put it down the page, there potentially could be another pocket. So let's just go ahead and get this glued the way it needs to be. And I'll bring all of my phone book pages back, and tomorrow we will put together a little folio with them. And we'll use the pockets, decorate the pockets that I've made today to put in the little journal. Okay, so we've got this little pocket here that a ticket or small tag could go in there. Then we are going to have a pocket. If I can get it glued. Pocket here in the side. And I probably lost you with all those folds, so. Hopefully not. Just go back and rewatch my video if I happen to lose you somewhere along the line. If I can do it, you can do it. It won't be that hard to figure out. It is hard to figure out is why my glue won't come out. Kind of see, you know what? Let's just cheat a little here. Put my pen in this glue because it just doesn't seem to want to go today. I think I'm going to have to clean my cap out. Can't even get the pen in. There we go. There's just a little bit more on the edge of this glue stick, so we're going to just see if I can't be real careful and just glue my edges here. Probably getting glue on the one below, but if I let it dry, it won't matter. Okay, there we go. Get that little bit off there. And then I have this little pocket. So I have use this piece of paper. I have a tuck here. And if I inked it, I have a tuck here, which I can go back and ink this bit. Probably the only thing that's going to fit in this little pocket is, it might be too small for a tag, but I might have a little skinny one I can use here. Just spread it out a bit. So we have this, and then once it dries, we have this. I'm going to just simply pinch it together for now. Burnish that down, and it will go right like this. This upper edge seems crooked to me, so let's see what we can do about it. Probably should leave it alone, but you know me, can't do that. If it bothers me, I gotta fix it. So, I'm not gonna cut any more than that because of the glue. Alright, so there we go. We have that one. Alrighty, I hope you all have enjoyed seeing different folds you can do and things that you can put together with the phone book pages. Please come back tomorrow as I'm going to create a mini folio journal with the phone book pages and some other basic pages that I'll pull out. You could use anything that you want in this. And I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon.